So Singapore is such a melting pot of cultures. It's no surprise that there are different areas devoted to different ethnic groups. For example, they have a Chinatown, they have an Arab street. This is Little India. And if you are craving some really good Indian food, this is where you need to come. Similar to the other ethnic quarters in Singapore, Little India is also an entire area with lots of shops and streets and alleys to explore. I got myself a pay-as-you-go SIM card with a data plan, so I was able to plan a funky route on Google Maps that started from Little India MRT and zigzagged past all the places I wanted to see and record. I came into Little India a couple of times during my stay in Singapore. Weekdays were pleasant and not too crowded, but weekends were a different story, especially Sundays, when the area gets thousands of immigrant workers on their day off. I would not suggest visiting this area on a Sunday, especially not if you're a girl. The area that stretches along Serangoon Road has a history that can be traced back all the way to the early 1800s. Ethnic Indians are a small minority that constitute about 9% of Singapore's total population, and they primarily speak Tamil. The area most definitely does not have a shortage of shops and restaurants. And speaking of, the road that runs next to the MRT is called Racecourse Road, and this one is famous for restaurants and eateries. This is Racecourse Street and it's famous for food on banana leaves in Little India, and I found a vegetarian one. I'm going to try out that one. As you can imagine, from a tourist perspective, the area has lots of attractions. Two that stood out was one of the oldest Hindu temples, I'm going to try and pronounce it, Sri Rama Kaliamman Temple, and the other, the Mustafa Center, which is open 24 hours a day. With 37,000 square meters of retail floor space, this is not going to be a place that you're going to see within an hour. On a side note, the Mustafa Center also has a money exchange, which is very competitive to anything else you'll find in Singapore. Amongst the streets and alleys, Little India also has hidden pedestrian-only squares with great architecture and tons of restaurants and eateries to choose from. I would say, excluding exploring the Mustafa Center, I would not plan on spending less than half a day in Little India, unless you like to rush and run around. Also, remember, Singapore heat is very unforgiving. I actually got heat stroke on one of my days in Singapore, so make sure you hydrate regularly.